What y'all think of this glow? I got that Kevin Samuels lighting now going on, right? Hey there, guys. Men's dating coach HarryWilmington here, founder of IntrovertDatingSuccess.com. And on today's show, we're going to be answering a question from a guy on Reddit that wants to know, when is the appropriate time to add a woman that you're dating to your social media accounts as a friend? If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified of when I post up new videos. Okay, so I wanted to answer this question because this is a question that pops up quite frequently as I'm going around all these forums. And it's the question of, when you're dating a woman, you're starting to get to know her, you like her, you see things going someplace, at what point do you want to add her to your social media? And when should you do it? Should you do it in the first place? Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? This guy asked a similar question that I'm going to answer today, because it's really important for you guys to understand, A, the timeline for adding a woman to your social media, and B, what things to consider before you even consider doing that, as a matter of fact, okay? So we're gonna get into that. As always, for more of these shows, you can go to IntrovertDatingSuccess.com, check out my eBooks, audiobooks, video courses, and of course, my freebies there. You can go there to get one-on-one coaching. And of course, if you wanna support this show, you can click on the tip jar tab to do just that. So let's get into this guy's question. He says, at what point do you add each other on social media? If you met online, you don't have a lot of context of the person's life outside of what they tell you. So it would be helpful to add on social media. I want to stop you right there. On the dating app, she has pictures up and words that are designed to give you an idea of who she is and what her image is. If you add her on social media, all her social media is going to be is pictures and words that give you an impression of who she is. So you're going to have the same situation whether you are just seeing her pictures online and her words on an online dating app, or whether you're seeing them on social media. Okay, so that's literally the same thing you just said right there. Anyway, he says, on the flip side, it could cause jealousy issues seeing pictures of exes, or it could provide red flags. So when are people adding each other on Facebook? 5 dates, 1 month, 3 months, question mark, etc. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on adding women that you're just dating to social media, okay? A major problem that a lot of men have when they're dating is this thing of being too available and putting too much of yourself out there early on. Now, as a guy, you're not going to understand why this is a bad thing, because you're thinking, well, a woman wants to know me, and it's going to be better if she knows all of me so she can make an educated decision on whether she should continue to see me. Understand, attraction for women works in spurts, and it works better when they have to go on a treasure finding hunt to learn stuff about you. Because part of the fun for women in relationships is not knowing everything and having to figure you out, okay? So you go on a date or two with a woman, and now you want to add her to your social media. What's going to happen when you do that? Well, she's going to go on your social media, and she's going to be able to see years of posts and years of pictures of things that you've done, of things that you're into, and it's like you're being a complete open book. What have you done now? You have now taken out the search element for a woman in a dating relationship that is necessary for her to be attracted to you. So when you go out and purposely add her to your social media after that first or second date, and I don't know if you've experienced this before, but I certainly have, whereby I've added a woman after a few good dates, and then within the span of a month, she's no longer interested. Now, is it just because I added her to social media? Probably not. Did it help? Also, probably not, because it's being an open book. You're exposing all the stuff to her, so that way she no longer has to go on dates to ask you questions about things, because now she already knows it. And if she's looking at your social media with no context of certain situations or certain people, or why you spouted certain opinions about things, then she could have a negative outlook on you, who could have actually been her perfect match, simply because you're letting her go completely, running the boards on your social media, and you're not there to help guide her through these things. And you're thinking, well, if she has a problem with something, she'll just ask me a question. Women don't like conflict, so there's a good chance that if she sees something she doesn't like, she's just going to ghost you. So I say this because early on in the dating process, your best bet is going to be that you do not reach out to her to try to add her as anything on any of your social media. Let there be an air of mystery about you. Let her not even think that you have a social media. Let her wonder, does this guy have social media? Because he never talks about putting anything on Facebook or Instagram or whatever the newest platform is by the time you watch this. I wonder if he's hiding something. I wonder what he's about, blah, blah, blah. Let her think you have nothing going on with social media, okay? So my answer to the first part of this question is you do not come to her and ask her if you can add her to your social media. And I know you're thinking that part of the reason you want to ask her is because if you guys are friends, you can also see her social media and get to know more about her. Guy, the best way you're going to actually get to know about her full stop is to take her out on dates and experience her. Because what you see in pictures, again, is going to be propaganda that she's putting out there to give people in her life an idea about what she wants them to see what her life is. It could completely not be that way. I've seen plenty of women that floss like they got, really high paying jobs and they're traveling all over the world and all this other stuff. And yet to talk to them in person and to see their attitude and to realize that they don't even actually have half that stuff. Half of it got paid for by previous exes or, they worked as the airline stewardess. That's how they're able to travel. Like, you're going to learn more of those things when you're talking to her and asking her questions in real life versus being concerned with her social media, okay? But more to the point, you being a more mysterious guy is the main reason you don't want to add women to your social media early on. Now, with that said, at what point do you add her onto your social media? Well, honestly, I put it like this. For one, you never bring up to her that you want to add her on social media, okay? That is her job to come to you and say, hey, so can we be Facebook friends, et cetera, et cetera. If she does that, yes, part of her is curious, but also it means she has a budding interest and like in you, at which point you as the guy can decide a few things. You can decide, A, if you want her to be your friend on social media, and if you don't, that's perfectly fine. I've told women before, hey, you know what? I like to keep my social media life and my dating life separate because I don't want to have to feel like I'm questioning myself about stuff that I post, even though I don't think anything is bad, but I just don't want to have any kind of tainted idea. You have any tainted ideas of me about this stuff, so whatever. I've done that sometimes for women that I know. If I have strong opinions about things that I know they're not going to react positively to, I'd rather them just not be on my social media because they're not going to monitor what I decide to put up, okay? That's the first thing. But secondly, if she's coming to you and she wants to do that, now you have to decide, okay, if you're going to agree to that step, what are the parameters that you're going to have to make sure that this is a positive experience for both of you? Now, on my end of things, I make it a point to not post up, even when I'm dating somebody, I'm in a serious relationship, I do not post up pictures doing any activities with any people that I'm dating unless we're in an actual relationship. So if we're just in the dating phase of things, people on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, will never know about the person that I'm dating, because if this doesn't go into a relationship situation, then it's not going to be a thing. Also of note though, I do not keep up pictures with me and any kind of exes that I dated, because honestly, I think that once you have broken up with somebody, regardless of, people say like, oh, well, that's part of my past and she needs to know my past. No, she doesn't. Like, to put that in the face of somebody that's new that you're dating, that you're supposed to be growing a relationship with, is just, in my opinion, not right. And so I played the game the way that I would want them to play it. So if I don't want to go on a woman's profile and see her ex-boyfriends, I can't complain about that, but then have my exes on my profile. So I don't keep my exes on my profile. So when they come to me and say they want to add blah, 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 I'll ask them, I say, well, let me ask you a question. Do you currently have any ex-boyfriends that are on your profile? In any of your pictures, in any of your media, anywhere, Instagram, Facebook, wherever? Do you have it anywhere? If they say yes, I am not in the habit of forcing anybody to take anything down. But I am going to say, okay, well, you know what? Let's just keep things the way they are then. And she'll probably say like, well, what do you mean? And I'll say, well, I know I don't want to go on your social media and see pictures of your ex or exes. And I know they were important parts of your life at some point, but you know what? I know I don't want to see that. So let's just not add each other. You can keep your pictures the way you want to. I'll keep mine the way I want to. No harm, no foul. Now, at that point, if the woman has a high enough interest in you, she has a decision to make. And the decision is, do I want to risk ruining this budding relationship, A, and also, do I want to not be able to see his social media? All because I want to keep up a few pictures of exes. And I have found, guys, this is important. I have found that the women that have a true high interest in you and really see themselves in your life for a longer term than just you guys dating will, of their own accord, either delete the pictures or start a whole new profile altogether and delete the previous one that had your exes on it. And again, this is something I've personally experienced. Why? Because when women like you, they help you, they want to show you that they like you. And if they feel like having their exes on their social media is going to make you feel disrespected, they're going to take them down. And women that don't do that, they are either not highly interested in you or they're very much narcissistic and about themselves, and you don't want to be with them anyway. But you got to play the game fair. So just like you're not going to want to see her exes, you need to not have your exes up. Yes, I know you took some great pictures at Disneyland with your girlfriend. You went, around the world with her. You had some special events. Well, your new girl doesn't want to see that, and your old girlfriend is no longer in the picture. So if you got to take those pictures and upload them to some kind of site and hide them or whatever, where your girlfriend can't see whatever, the point is you do not have those pictures on your social media. If you're not able to do that, then you cannot ask her to be fine to get rid of her exes and to be fine with you getting on her social media, because she might be like, I don't want him to tell me that X, Y, and Z. And again, she's the right to do that, but I personally don't play the game like that. I play it as I don't keep exes on my profile and I don't expect her to keep exes on hers. So assuming that you're able to get past that hurdle, then you can say, okay, you know what? That's cool. Let's add each other. But again, I typically wait until we're in an actual relationship, because what I don't like to happen is I'm dating a girl, we start posting pictures up, and then if we break up or we don't even get to the relationship phase, now I got to take these pictures down and explain to people why those pictures I had with this hot looking girl are suddenly no longer there. Okay, so play it smart, guys. Wait until you get into a relationship, and when you do, make sure you're checking to see if she has exes in her pictures. If not, do not add her, because this is one of those tests early on that women will do whereby they'll be like, well, it's no big deal and yada, yada, yada. But if you accept a friend request from her and she has ex-boyfriends in those pictures and you said yes, then she's going to know now that she can get away with some other stuff later down the line, and you're not going to be able to fight back against it. Okay, so this is a very early on test, but make sure that you are adamant about her having to get rid of any pictures of exes. If she starts trying to pull the whole, well, are you just jealous or insecure? You can say, no, I just find it disrespectful. Again, if you don't want to take them down, that's fine. We just won't add each other to social media, and give her time to, of her own accord, come to the conclusion that it's better to do that. Okay. So hopefully this helps you out. Now, if you need help in becoming a more bold dater that's able to do these kind of things and say these kind of things to get the results that you actually want, go to introvertdatingsuccess.com, click on the products tab, click on the coaching tab, and I'll be happy to help you out. Thank you for watching this episode of the Introvert Dating Success Show. If you found the info in this episode to be helpful, please show your support by clicking on the tip jar tab, the link of which can be found at the website and in the description below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment on this episode, and catch new episodes right here on YouTube or wherever podcasts can be found. In the meantime, be sure to check out these other episodes so you too can learn to date as your introverted self while still getting your precious alone time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.